Parks girl?
Oh yeah.
Generally, just started a small discussion.
I'm gonna be honest. I think she's stupid, bro. I've heard a lot of like really good points about like how like when you're out with like your chick and if you're like a high status person and they don't really understand like it's niggas trying to kill you at all times of the day. You know what I mean?
I mean that's a woman's point of view because I mean especially if you're with a high status man, you're just not going to understand that it's a dog word out here, and I think that a great quote is that men understand that there's always a risk of violence between themselves and other men, where in women it's much more verbal. Like, of course, you got some wild women out here that really be throwing them joints, but generally speaking, when a woman and a woman got problem, it's going to be a little, cat fight, a little hissy fit.
Yeah, but nigga might die when it comes to dudes. Somebody might die.
Negative interaction between two men can go to the point where somebody life is lost very quickly. So
yeah.
Women don't understand that because they don't have to, because men and women operate differently. Men are much more violent than women.
Absolutely. I don't know about that.
Men are much more physically violent.
I don't know about that.
Men are much more physically
look at the history of men.
I think women are more violent. Men are just more destructive. They're more destructive.
I think that's a good way of seeing it.
Yeah.
But
I can understand that point. I'm not going to say that's 100% wrong, but I think
how many videos do you see of like chicks beating up their boyfriends?
Yeah.
Slapping a nigga.
Right.
I've literally,
that violence isn't a real point of violence. That violence has something to do with the fact that they think nothing's going to happen, not because they're actually violent. Because a man don't give a hell. Like if I'm actually mad, I don't care if it was, let's say, you or if it was Jabril. If I really wanted it, I'm gonna go get it. In terms of violence, I don't care.
Shoot, that's because you're fucking
but
soap from Call of Duty out here.
No, but if you look at it, look like you see like stuff like that on TikTok. But if you go over to like sites that you're not supposed to be on, like what Live Leaks used to be like.
That's a good point.
All you see is beheadings, bro.
Who's the cartel hitman? Who's
all gang shit, like in other countries, but it was just it's all men doing that shit. We are definitely violent and destructive.
Look at the military.
I think.
But
so,
I hear what your point is. I hear what you are saying.
Women are more violent, but men like are more aware of violence. So
we are more physically violent. I think women are very mentally violent.
That
like
men, I agree with you, but I think men are more capable of producing
accurate
and productive violence.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
I guess
so
with
a female, she'll be so super quick to hit a nigga, like or hit a person because she doesn't understand like the level of destructiveness that can come from that violence. But a dude, on the other hand, like if I go up to some dude and like I hit him, I gotta understand like I could die. Like,
that's because
women don't really think about that.
But because women don't necessarily care about their safety.
Nah,
they talk about how like, oh, I'm afraid to walk out at night. But yeah, like you just said, you're willing to beat the shit out of your boyfriend. But you know that man has more than enough power to knock your head off or take your life. So what's the difference?
And again, they don't really have to think about that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They have the luxury. Oh my bad. They have the luxury of like being able to get away with like saying and doing what they want and not have like repercussions immediately.
Yeah, like I said, back to the PNB stuff. Like, why was it?
Yo, we just gonna stop the bullshit, bro. I think she's stupid as fuck, bro. I'll be honest.
I do think it was a very, very fucking stupid decision.
And did you hear about
why was it so important for you to drop
a picture of your waffles, your chicken and waffles?
Food? Like we taking pictures of food.
Hold on.
Still, it's 2022 and we still taking pictures of fucking
chicken
food.
and waffles,
bro.
Come on, bro.
But let's not be obtuse. You know why? Because when you're a woman and your man is making money and he looking good, he got all the jewelry and stuff. Women love to ride the coattails of men.
But that's even more of a reason not to.
Yeah,
do that.
you literally setting
that's what
dude
being
up.
a girl when you're the woman or you're the significant other, somebody like a powerful rich person. That's what it is. They want to look at how especially women. Women love look at my life, look at what my man and what we're doing. They love flexing that shit, but they don't care or have the knowledge to understand that just because you put something on the internet in good intentions does not mean that everybody's going to receive that in good intentions.
Nah, niggas gonna come line you up.
Yeah, because you trying to flex how much you got, and I ain't got none. I want it.
Y'all
exactly,
are in
especially
LA,
right now.
But y'all in LA of all places. Y'all should know that LA is not a very friendly place to outsiders. It's not. You hear everybody say it. You hear LA people from LA say it. So it's like
the fact that the nigga took her Instagram from her, gave it back.
That's a red flag. That's why I think, like I said, the way the events line up is why everybody's mad at her. That came out that your Instagram was taken from you because you were doing stuff like this. But how hard is it
as you to be a responsible man? Because then it's like as a man, you also have to be responsible enough to understand that just because if your girl's doing shit like that and you're that much money,
absolutely,
you don't drop her. That's your fault. There ain't no woman in the world.
Also, like I said, I'm not. I don't want to just blame her because obviously
That's
she
what I
didn't
was
pull the
gonna
trigger.
say. Don't get
But
me wrong,
also,
she's not
I'm
the
looking
killer,
like this. PNB from his side, I'm not trying to blame anyone because it's an unfortunate
Yeah,
event.
R.I.P. We all.
But when you are this famous and you
Gotta move
live this
different.
lifestyle, you're gonna walk around with all these chains. I'ma say it every time a rapper gets killed by themselves. Where is your fucking security?
We got you got to move different.
You are rich. You can get armed security.
Did you see the clip? He was like, somebody asked him one day, like, "Yo, do you have security?" He was like, "I don't got security, but I got security." He's basically saying, "I got a gun on me."
But
Nigga,
that doesn't
where was
stop.
your gun?
But it doesn't matter because now you get your situation. You were unaware. Even if you had a gun, you were still unaware of your situation. You were not aware. But if you had guards, you would be fine.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
But
It's like you're not pussy for
bro,
not having.
His last hit record was what, 2012, 2013.
All I gotta say,
He might not have money like that.
Quick caveat to PNB Rock.
Well, you got niggas, right? You got friends, right?
He's from
it's
Philly.
unfortunate,
Should've
Bro,
called Meek Mill.
even if a nigga
Should've
got,
called
even if
Meek
you
Mill.
got friends who can just carry, I don't care if it's legal or not. Your safety is more important because you know why? As long as you eating, your boy's gonna eat. Everybody gonna eat.
He should have called Meek Millie. Yo, this is a very interesting way to start the podcast. So, yeah, welcome back to the Precisely Mess podcast. It's been a minute since I've been able to get this together, but we got two new amazing co-hosts. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
It's your boy, Jabril.
Yes, sir.
You already know it's Trey. I'm
Yes,
Dominican.
sir.
But not Dominican.
Me no block.
Me
My
no
boy
block.
License Dead look like he about to drop the coldest R&B song I ever heard.
Listen, I'm just saying, Trey Songz type shit.
Yo, so I wanted to ask you about something interesting. I actually saw it earlier I saw it earlier yesterday. Yo, did y'all see, speaking of Cali, I think this is Cali. The governor put a bunch of immigrants on a plane and sent them niggas to Boston.
That was Texas.
Martha's
That was Texas?
Vineyard, right? Martha's
Yeah.
Vineyard?
Yes.
Texas.
No, they sent them to Boston.
Texas and Florida did that. They put
What
put
did
a
y'all
bunch of
think about
immigrants
that
on the
shit?
plane. I
That-
think that was a crazy political
Bro,
stunt.
that's
it, though. I love it.
crazy.
It's fucking hilarious. See, we were talking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We literally sat down and said this. I'm like, they sent a bunch of immigrants to Martha's
That's
Vineyard. And as
crazy.
I was watching the TikTok, and they're showing this fucking brochure fucking commercial of Martha's Vineyard with the white ass voice going over it. Like, Martha's Vineyard, where blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that shit look nice as hell. I'm like, you know what it really is. You know why the next day they did their press conference? They didn't want all them damn immigrants over there.
Bro,
You think the white people want to be bothered by all them Mexicans?
Bro, I saw it. When I saw this shit, I'm like, yo, this is just blatant disrespect. This is a political figure in one area going, you know what? Fuck them niggas. You know, we just gonna send them over.
But that's on Biden, though.
Can you be
That's
mad
on
though?
Biden.
That's a
when-
good point. That's a
Imagine
good point.
if you live in one of those border states where you get an increased amount of violence, cartels bringing in undesirable people, or just it could be standard people from South and Central America and of course Mexico itself coming in, and you got people just coming in undocumented. Did you see the video? It was like a thermal camera video of 500 people.
I saw that earlier on World Star. Oh my god, bro!
But you know what's
It was
also
like- it was
crazy?
like a-
Hold on. Imagine if you live in Tucson, Arizona, bro. You see that? Watch the video, and it was some cartel dudes with body armor. They had a
Shoot, we
50
could pull a
cal
video up right
they
now.
had a 50 cal sniper rifle in like a pickup truck, and they were just it was like cops pulled somebody else over on the side of the road. And they just went past. That was in Tucson, Arizona.
Yo, the cartel ain't fucking around. They said, "Oh, y'all ain't. We lost that Alamo war, but nigga, we about to take all this
we
shit
coming
back.
bro.
They said we taking
Well,
Texas.
and you know what's funny?
We taking
So,
Arizona.
There's a line. So hear me out. There's a line in the middle of the country, right?
Yeah.
Literally in the middle of the country. 80% of Americans live on the right side of the line.
East Coast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that left side, which borders Mexico, bro, that shit is empty. So the way I think, and don't get me wrong, y'all probably gonna disagree with me, but fuck it, go on, bro. Do we have a whole left side of the fucking country? Y'all can have this shit.
because then
Come on in.
See, that's the problem because if they come in illegally, now if they go and make money, which I'm not against people making money, but the problem is that they can't be taxed. You're still gonna be taxed.
Good point.
Denzel.
Good point. Good
Like
point.
this man over here got a contractor company. He making $100,000 a year, but all that money's on taxed.
Good point. And I'm not saying there shouldn't be a way where we can't get them kind of acclimated in the
Citizens?
country. Yeah, maybe not even citizens. Maybe
But
they
we
can
have a
get,
system for that,
Hold on,
though.
maybe they can get a half citizenship or something.
I mean,
so
that's called a visa.
green card,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
But they
maybe-
have to do it the right way. You can't just walk in the country and it's like, oh, I want a visa.
Yeah, but we know the system is so slow by the time that
I
they
have a caveat to add to that.
What's
what
up?
What what it looked like when you get a large population, and that's already happened, by the way, in the United States, of people that are no longer loyal or care about the government or the place of America. And this is a conversation I had with you, but we had a conversation about other black people saying the N-word, and I know that's kind of a crazy segue. But the point
Other
of it
black
was
people
that
meaning like Africans.
anybody of Afro descent that is
If they're
That's
not
not
born American, if they're not
American.
born in
Okay.
America and black, our kind of black.
descendants of American slaves.
Right.
So, and that's a crazy segue, but I just want to say is that you get people who come in America and they get to enjoy the perks of America, but don't care about the history, don't care about the nation itself. Like how many Mexicans, or I don't even want to say Mexicans, because anybody, it could be Russians, a lot of people that immigrate to the United States, America, that have no real reason or real nationality to do, like you're living in America, you can be an American citizen, but you have no faith in America, you don't care about America, you just live here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but no matter what, all the crazy messed up stuff that's happened in America to black people, I still love this country because my people have fought and died.
So that's what I was
for
gonna
this
say.
country over literally centuries.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was a little younger, actually, I'll say 21 to 23. I was one of those. I didn't give I hated America. I was like, yo, this fucking bullshit. This piece of shit ass. But now,
wild.
yeah, bro. That's how. And also remember where I was. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New York. The super liberal. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on over there. But now, as I've gotten older, I'm gonna be 30 in a few months. I'm more of like I'm more proud to be an American.
That's crazy because like
as you should
I
be.
never thought that. Like I never thought about it that way.
Well, and again, I think it has more to do with location. Like you're in,
Absolutely.
You were born in Michigan. Michigan is super blue collar, like get it done,
Midwest,
like hard
very-
work.
Midwest.
Yeah,
is
no,
a
I'm
mix
just
of
talking about as far as
everything.
like
New York is more like
I'm talking about as far as
he's-
like the pride of the American thing. It's like as a kid, I mean,
yes,
I didn't.
no, that's what I'm saying.
But I
That
wonder if that has something to do with the fact
it has something to do with where you are.
out in the East Coast, there's so much more cultures.
Yes,
That
yes.
almost that people identify. I won't say people identify with the culture first, but it's like in certain groups of people, you're gonna, in my opinion, you're gonna identify with your culture over the American culture. Whereas if you're a white person or an American black person or an Afro-American, whatever you like to call it, the descendants of slaves,
Right.
This is our home,
Yo,
our
makes-
country, our people.
I don't know. For me,
more than
like,
anything
Yo.
well,
else.
for me, growing up, I was always told like we built this.
We did.
So it's like, why would you hate it?
Oh, so
It's like I get wanting to change it.
Oh,
But to say,
okay,
like, for
so-
some people,
and
they're like,
it,
they just-
it could be a personal thing, but a lot of friends of mine that I grew up with, like, they felt the same way at the time. It's just when you come up in a situation that isn't ideal and you looking around, you seeing people come up in better
No,
situations.
I understand.
You-
I didn't come up in a favorable
No, I
situation.
know, but
either.
I'm
But
just saying it's an area thing though, because Michigan is kind of known for like that gritty, like get it done. Not even just Michigan, Midwest, get it done, blue collar. Yeah, it's blue collar, work hard. Like that. Like New York is more so like, yo, they not fucking with us, so we don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like rob a nigga. Like
we
that.
kind of like that though. That don't get it wrong. We like that down here.
No,
too.
I'm not.
certain area, I think that's a very urban ideology, and I feel like
I
New
agree.
York, New York City, and once again, I think that when you live around millions and millions of people in such a such a melting pot of different cultures and
Yeah.
ethnicities, and people
Well,
that
actually, I
are-
forgot. My bad. I forgot. New York is not like it's not real. So they're in their own little fucking world.
Yeah,
New York,
bro,
I
it's
forgot.
like a
You're right.
different
So
planet,
I
bro.
can see why New Yorkers would say
It's
they
like
would
a
hate
different
America.
planet.
Just think about
a lot of
all-
New Yorkers want to secede, like just like
Yeah.
Texas. They want
Yeah,
they want to get the fuck
bro.
away
It's
from
literally
us.
like a different planet.
When you think about New York, at least, and I'm not from New York. Obviously, I'm not from New York, and I've never been to New York. But when I see New York and I look at the kind of people that are in New York, it is so diverse. It's like everybody's together, but everybody's separate. You got Spanish Harlem, you got Harlem, which is
Yep.
black area. You got the Bronx.
Bruh,
you got
I tell you
Brooklyn,
what.
got
And that's
Manhattan.
just New York City. You're
And
not
that's
even
just-
talking about central
I
upstate.
tell you what, right
Exactly.
now.
But I'm
that-
saying everybody has their own little, nook of New York, and it's just like I won't say divided, but the cultures are so like multifaceted that it's like there's no way that all these people together could be on the same page.
Bro,
And
that
that's
shit's a
and that's
wild
just
place.
I think that's just a general American thing. And I think that's why America is going down the path it is now, because there are so many different cultures and religious groups and like everything, sexual orientation, anything. Like think about all the divide in the country, and this is going to happen naturally as you progress and you get quote unquote progressive and stuff, which I'm not mad at, but I'm just saying when everybody has the same track mind. When you look at places like you think Britain or France or a lot of European nations, which are much more, everybody's generally the same thing. It's much more, I won't say tight knit, but it's a one track mind. The nation has an identity. The nation has a purpose. Everybody kind of goes with the flow. Here, You could be anything and anybody and be an American, which is a beautiful
But that's
thing.
that's what was sold to them. That's what was sold to us. You know, the American
Which isn't.
dream.
I have to spread this caveat and let people know, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, but what I do think it is that when at a certain point you got too many chefs in the kitchen.
Well, I mean, you are correct. I mean, look at the border issue.
That was
It's
a
not
great.
lie.
That was a great fucking segue to the next thing I want to ask you guys about. Yo, do we give a fuck about the Queen dying?
No. Why the
Lizzie's
fuck?
in the box. Lizzie's in the box.
Look,
Oh, Lizzie's in the box.
Denzel. She wasn't my fucking queen. I never had a queen.
Oh, I've never had a. Yeah, me
I had
neither.
a president.
Never, yeah.
I mean, some of them are
Shit,
fucking
some
stupid.
Some of them niggas
but
I don't claim.
Hey, but look, man. Look, all I'm
This
gonna
is
say
how I
is
feel about
this:
the queen.
why should I care about that?
I agree. So it was funny because Twitter is fucking.
Twitter is a very fun
Undefeated.
place.
Twitter's fucking
Undefeated.
phenomenal.
Undefeated.
I wish I had more time to be on Twitter the way I was when I was younger. But so Twitter like hyped this up, and then you had like the British people going at American people, like you guys had 9/11, ha ha ha, and then
make fun of that.
people
that's
on Twitter
wild.
were wilding, bro.
That was
People
wild.
Americans make
in-
fun of 9/11.
That's
Dead
true, but
ass.
people in England were like, you guys couldn't even like stop 9/11. You're talking about our queen. Blah, 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 blah,
Well,
blah.
you know what the comeback was? I seen
After
Americans.
we'll get to
They was like, yo, didn't we have to help you on World War II? What was up with that,
bro? If
Real
I-
quick, do people not know what we did to the Iraqi and Afghanistan
Facts.
people over the last 20,
Facts.
25 years because of 9/11 and they didn't even do 9/11? That was the Saudi
niggas got
Arabians.
clapped up.
They don't know when we go. They don't know. They know when we come for the neck, we come to chop that shit off.
Absolutely.
We
And-
dropped 2 nukes
Bro,
on Japan.
and
we spent 20 years in the Middle East.
Exactly.
You think we are afraid to?
And to be honest, bro,
Take on Britain.
if I'm English right now, I'm not saying shit. England went from being one of the most iconic like colonizers,
They were the
taking
superpower of the world
over
at one point.
everything, bro, to being like our little like nephew. Like,
all I'm gonna
chill
say
out.
is this:
Like,
they
y'all-
need to
y'all
sit
chill.
that ass down. Let
Exactly.
us do
Smack
us
'em on the wrist.
because if they don't, we gonna allow Russia to take that ass. That's
Exactly.
all I'm gonna
I'm
say.
not a fan. Listen, I'll keep it honest. I'm not a fan of the Brits, but I do have to say this because
don't say, eh?
This is just
He hates them.
This is a interesting fact.
Why you hate them?
Nah, I'm slaying.
I don't say I hate them,
You
but
don't
I'm
hate
not a fan of the Brits for multiple reasons. But I do find this as an interesting fact. If I could be wrong, and maybe I don't know how to read math because I am kind of stupid, public education system. But if I'm not mistaken, the state of Michigan has more square mileage than the entire island of Britain.
Yeah, Michigan by the mitten.
Nah. Hold on.
Dead ass. We looked this up. The
So-
mitten itself is bigger than the entire country of England.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't know the facts. So, but I remember Jabril was like, yo, Michigan way bigger than you. I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro. We looked this bitch up.
Well, we have 2 peninsulas.
That's why. So the greater Michigan is not bigger than New
Yeah, the
York.
lower peninsula. I
The
mean, lower
only
peninsula's
reason,
still pretty big,
yeah,
but yeah.
the only reason it's bigger than New York is because you guys have the Upper Peninsula or the Greater
Like
Peninsula.
one of
however
the
you-
biggest states.
huh?
We like a part of like one of
I
like, the
tried to
biggest
tell
states.
you, nigga, New York is big as hell.
New York
I know
is
New York
giant.
is big. It just looks small on the map.
You
I
think-
know. I went there to
First
see.
of all-
I
Yeah,
know
you
it's
did. Yeah, you
big.
did. I
First
took
of
you
all,
around.
you don't know
Bro,
what you're talking
Buffalo,
about. 'Cause you're not from
West
New
New
York
York
City.
is so far from like.
You really a New Yorker?
Dog, that shit was wild.
Oh,
when
yo.
I drove through Buffalo, when I told Denzel this
Buffalo's-
today,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, bro, Buffalo is not like.
Bro, that shit is.
They don't even feel like they are New Yorkers.
Nah,
dog.
it's Pennsylvania, bro.
Them
That's the
niggas
Midwest.
don't give a fuck about none of that
Yeah,
shit.
that's facts.
I don't even think they claim y'all.
Like I said, if you're not from New York City, I mean, is you really a New Yorker? Let's be honest here.
You are. You definitely are. And it's-
Nah, New York City got
Don't
too
get
much.
Denzel started. He gonna bring that
Too
New
much.
York.
Yeah.
okay, let me
you
tell you
know.
why.
They're too important.
It depends on where you are. If you're in central New York, where I was born, where I was raised, I was born in New Hartford, New York, which is like kind of Utica, which is closer to Buffalo. If you're in central New York, which is literally an hour and 45 minutes away from New York City, you're definitely a New Yorker. You're definitely New York. And you got to also remember, everybody in the state of New York, no matter where you are in New York State, you pay taxes to
Of
New
course,
York
you're a
City.
New Yorker, but I think
What
that.
about New Jersey?
Oh, fuck them niggas, bro.
I mean, New Jersey mother niggas is pretty
Fuck
much.
them niggas.
They pretty much.
I ain't
New
gonna
York
lie.
niggas.
Them
Let's
niggas
be
are more.
honest.
Nah, them niggas are way more grittier than New York. Them niggas is dirty, dingy, like stab a nigga, shoot a nigga real
got
quick.
one of my-
And them Philly niggas too.
One of the
Yeah,
dudes
they
I play
definitely
with,
crazy.
one of my PSN OGs. He's a dude I always play 2K with for like last 6 or 7 years. He's from he's from Jersey. I can't remember what part of Jersey. Like
Patterson. That's where Joe Budden from. I think
Nah,
Patterson.
not Patterson. It's
Joe
like
Biden's
what
from-
is like what's like
Joe
a,
Budden.
Oh, I thought you
What's a big
Biden.
city
Nah,
in New
Joe
York? Or, I mean, not New York, New Jersey. Like one of the bigger places in New Jersey.
Patterson.
It's not Patterson. It's something else. Was it Newport? Or,
Newport. Yep,
it
Newport.
might be Newport or something like that. It's this place out in Jersey, and I was like, he's just a street dude through and through.
Yeah,
and
Newport.
I'm just like, what's the difference between a Jersey?
The oranges. New Jersey is a weird place,
What's
bro.
the difference between New Jersey and New York? Because
I'll tell you what
stuff
happens.
in New Jersey is New York stuff.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
tell you
the
what
Jets
happens.
Play in New Jersey.
People that figure shit out in New York, they literally usually move to New Jersey.
Yeah, none of the Giants.
wild.
Or the
The
Jets
Giants
play,
don't even play in New
They
York.
share the stadium, so they both play in New Jersey.
That's
so that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
wild.
New Jersey is New York, bro.
Pretty much.
So you pay less taxes in New Jersey. So people that get rich in New York usually move to New Jersey.
Right, it's New Jersey. New
So it's
Jersey
just
and
the
New York,
suburbs
same
of New
thing.
York.
Come on, bro.
Pretty much.
They're the same thing. I understand they're different state. People gonna say there's slight differences. They're the same. They talk the same. They wear the
Pretty
same
much.
shit. They act the same.
Don't they apply by New York state law though?
No,
They don't.
no. New Jersey laws are different than New York state laws. You can get actually, excuse me. New Jersey laws are more similar to like a more conservative state.
Yeah, because that's where all the rich
You
people
can get
live.
away with a lot more shit in New Jersey.
Because that's
than
where all the
New
rich
York.
people live. That's where the mobsters used to live. And I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. New Jersey's like a small, like piece of shit.
And
like,
then you
run
gotta
down-
think
in
about-
terms of like not bad. My bad to cut you off, but
Nah,
like
you're
not,
good, you're
not like it's terrible. But New Jersey's like a small strip of nothing, right next to one of the biggest, grittiest places in the earth,
So,
in the world. And then they have better laws.
I would argue that that's like literally every state that's around New York is the same way. Massachusetts,
Connecticut too.
Delaware. They're all like, it's all like a bunch of nothingness that is just a little
Isn't
bit different.
Connecticut
It reminds
very
me a
similar?
lot
like Connecticut
of
and like
Britain.
Philly. It's like all that New York. They're
It's-
all very
No,
similar.
no. Now Pennsylvania. So when you enter Pennsylvania, there's two parts of it. Because me and Jabril was just talking about this earlier. Pennsylvania is such a long state. When you enter the east side of it, right, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be more of a New York culture. When you go West Pennsylvania,
No, that's
you're,
Midwest.
you're in the Midwest.
Yeah, that's
you're
West
in the Midwest.
Virginia
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
You're in the Midwest. It's gonna be more like blue collar.
Well, it's more
The
urban
laws
on-
loosen up on like gun control.
Isn't
stuff
it
like
more
that.
urban? I feel like out toward like out east. Like out east is like in Philly
Yeah,
and out
yeah,
that way. It's
yeah.
like you said, more New York, more urban, gritty
Yep.
culture. Out west is more country farms,
Yep.
Amish people and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep. Absolutely. And when you go through the state, like when you don't go through the states, you don't notice that. Like actually going through and seeing it, like being in East Pennsylvania, I'm like, oh
Dude, when
shit.
I drove through Pennsylvania, I didn't know at first how long that shit was.
It's
dog.
long as bro.
I
It's
didn't.
like
That was most of
500
the fucking
miles,
trip,
bro.
bro.
It's a giant
It was
state.
most of the fucking trip. As I'm driving, I'm just like, yo. I look at the thing. I'm like, how long is it gonna take us to get through here? That shit said like 6.5 hours.
That shit's like 500 miles, bro. Like,
Dude, it's 700 miles
Yeah,
to
that's
get
crazy.
to Albany. 700. If Pennsylvania is 500
I think it's a little
of
more
that,
than that.
that's wild.
yeah. I think it's a little more than that, but I think Pennsylvania is definitely going to be the most like you're going the longest distance in that little time span of going through one side of Pennsylvania to the other side for sure.
It took forever. A
Yeah,
bunch
it-
of semis. I ain't like that shit.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yo, did y'all see Kanye's been tripping. Yo, did y'all see what happened with Ray J?
You talking about all the leaks and shit?
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
text
Very
messages.
small amount of what happened to Ray
Yo,
J or that situation.
So is Chris a pimp and Kim is a prostitute?
Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah, I seen that, and of course it is. We already knew
Shout
that.
out Candace Owens. I love
First of
Candace
all, we
Owens.
already knew.
I mean, yeah,
that's
that
what
was why I
happening.
seen that
Who
clip.
didn't
That
know
was
that
funny.
Chris was smutting out them girls? Come on,
That's
now.
crazy,
Who
bro.
didn't know that?
That's crazy.
You telling me you didn't know that, or like
I didn't know that.
or I won't say no, but you didn't have a strong
I had an-
suspicion.
yeah, I had
that
a-
Chris
I had an
was-
inkling. I had an
was
ink.
slutting them out. Come
I had
on
an
now.
ick.
Honestly, I thought it was all Kim. I thought she just wanted like the
Ain't
fame
no
and
way you
attention.
thought that was all. I mean, I
Why
didn't think it
wouldn't
was
it
all
be?
Kim.
I don't think that's not like reasonable.
I
to
think Kim
that-
obviously
to
had free
think that it was
choice.
all
I think Kim had.
She was
choice.
hanging around. Remember, she was like Paris Hilton's pet. So she kind of wanted to be like
Listen,
Paris
Kim
Hilton.
had a choice, but Kim also like Chris was organizing shit. Like she's like, I think it's one of the things that Chris was
I
like.
definitely
hey,
think
she
she
set
got
it
her
up, bro.
girls to a
if you
good
go ahead
place.
and pop that on camera,
that-
you know
Now,
what
did
I'm
she
saying?
put the idea in her daughter's head? I'm
She
not
set
going to
it up.
deny that.
Bro,
I wouldn't
she set it
deny
up.
that.
There's no. If she really watched the tape and was like, nah, this shit trash. Go
If
ahead.
you watch
and
your
rerun
daughter
it.
get fucked,
That's
you are
crazy.
a fucking
Bro,
weirdo.
she watched the
crazy.
tape and was like, "Yo, y'all need to do
Redo
another
it.
one." That's
We
bro.
can't confirm
Bitch,
that.
are
but
you
if
a
it's
fucking
true,
director
that-
of
bro.
your daughter's sex
Exactly.
tape? What in the fuck?
Listen, I gotta
You
put
would
the
think she
caveat
was
out.
working for Vivid.
Bro,
I gotta
call
put the
the
caveat out.
police.
We can't confirm any of this, but if it's true, it's crazy.
No,
That's
Ray
a-
J
that's a
confirmed all of
Weinstein
it. Believe in
level
Ray
of
J.
trash.
Remember, this is the Me Too movement for men now.
That's a crazy.
Yo.
That's a crazy thing to say.
So okay, so I want to preference this before I say this.
How much
'cause,
money Ray J get from that sex tape?
bro? They both got
kept his career alive for like 5 or 6
No, he
years.
said it. They both got 400,000, I think. And
Kim made way more money
No,
than
but
that
I'm
off
saying
that
that
shit.
kept Ray J
so
relevant like for a while.
here's what the problem is.
Kim became more relevant.
Here's
than
my
Ray J,
hot
though.
take, right? Here's my hot
Very
take.
true.
I think everybody looks stupid. I think Ray J's mad because they both got 400,000.
That's it?
But Kim became a billionaire and Ray J didn't. I
Ray
think
J is living on Love and Hip Hop.
I will give that to Kim. She's a fucking hustler. She know how to make it. She know how to get to the
she's a
bag,
great
bro.
business-
She's a billionaire, but I think she is a smut. She slutted out like,
Without a doubt.
and I think Ray J is kind of mad. Like, yo, I didn't get $1 billion from this shit.
I'm mad. I'm on Love and Hip Hop. What kind of shit is going on?
I didn't set it
Hey,
up.
he
Your
getting
mom
that check,
set it
though
up.
because he on that shit faithfully.
So, in all honesty, in all actuality, I think both parties kind of look kind of suckerish. Like,
Listen, Kim's
What
a
do you
piece-
expect? At the
I'm never
time
gonna
that
think Kim
came
Kardashian
out,
is
sex
good.
tapes were actually really fucking popular. That's how a lot of people, especially famous people, they were getting hot like that.
yeah,
Like they were getting hot like
Yeah,
that.
that's-
So it's
That's
not
crazy, by
surprising
the way.
that this shit
It's
happened.
crazy that like somebody was like, I just need to see that.
What I mean,
What? You think
it's
bro,
not wild because
You,
if
you
a
know how
man-
many people probably out there like I need to see.
Bro,
Listen,
there are people who
I
still
can
buy
understand it.
that sex tape. Think about that.
Yeah.
It's not
Crazy.
wild that people
No,
want to
that's
see
crazy.
celebrities fuck. It's not wild. It's just
It's
porn.
Not, listen, it's
That's
not
all
wild.
it is.
Listen, I don't.
Bro.
It's not wild, but like I can only think of like a very few select amount of like celebrities that I would give money for.
You know how many people
And
are sitting
Rihanna's
at
up
home
here.
right now
I'm just
like,
saying that.
if I got my hands on a Beyonce and Jay-Z sex tape.
I would not want that. You want to see that dry mouth baboon looking?
No,
motherfucker
niggas want to see
talking about-
Beyonce. They don't give a
Yeah,
fuck about
exactly.
the nigga. They want
Niggas
to
wanna
see
see
Beyonce.
Listen, be honest. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep it a buck because I don't give a fuck. There is no way I would pay money to get my illusion of Beyonce ruined by seeing Jay-Z fucking. Imagine that's like Megan
that's
Party.
wild.
Like that Megan Party shit broke my heart because I'm like, this bitch ass nigga really back. Meg got her tooted up playing 2K. That shit crazy. Like that ruined my.
Oh, you talking about Partisan
that's it, yeah,
Fontaine?
yeah.
Partisan
I'm like-
Fontaine, yeah.
I'm like, yo, that really fucked my head up because I'm just like, it made me feel good. 'Cause I was like, if he got a chance, anybody got a chance. But at the same time, a nigga like me is like, I'm not even a big
You
fan
know
of
what?
Meg. I mean, of course, Meg is a beautiful woman, of course.
Bro,
but it's like, just
so-
sitting there, I'm just like, he
so what-
really got Meg tooted up while he playing 2K and just sitting there in like dumbfoundedness.
Looking
like,
happy as hell. Like,
So, yeah,
man, this
that's
is
what I was
all
gonna say.
mine.
It don't hit the same.
You know
no
what's
more.
funny? I've always like what you're saying is 100% accurate. I know there's mad dudes that like their crush, like the thought of them, like okay, let's use one of my industry like I see her, I'm like, dang, she's bad. There's what's the Little Mermaid, Halle Berry, Halle Berry.
Or Halle Bailey, sorry.
So
Bailey,
just
yeah.
the thought in my mind that DDG is fucking laying the pipe down. I'm like, damn.
I hear you
That
like
is
this
funny.
bitch ass nigga here, bro. You fucking everything.
I'm like,
up.
this nigga from where he from?
Her
Saginaw?
sister's more
Pontiac,
attractive.
Nigga from
though.
Pontiac?
DDG's from
Her
Pontiac,
sister,
pretty sure.
yeah, he's from Pontiac, but her
Nah,
sister
the
is more
sisters-
attractive.
The sister, what?
Her sister's way more
Stop the
attractive.
cap, bro. You think Chloe is more
I'm gonna
attractive?
keep it a buck with
Fuck
you.
yes.
I know who they are. I don't really know who they are though.
They're signed by.
Have you seen Grownish, the show Grownish? You seen
They're
what me
signed
and
by
I know
Johnny
what they
was
look
watching?
like, but I don't know I know what Holly is because she's more famous. I don't know.
They've
her,
been
I don't
around
know
for
her
a
sister
long
look like.
time. They've been
I don't
around
know
for a
what her
very
sister
long
look like.
time. They
show
started
you.
real
I'll
young.
show you.
singing
Or I
and
can't
stuff.
remember what she looked like because Holly's like the
Her,
point. when
they're twins,
she's a
but her
famous
sister,
one.
her sister is way thicker than Halle.
That's
Chloe's
tough.
way
How you
thicker.
twins and one is way thick? That's crazy.
one puts
Guess she eating good, I guess.
She's the one who was fucking with Gunna before he got locked
Ah,
up.
yeah.
She left that nigga on red after he got locked up.
Big difference.
She was like, "Oh, this nigga in jail."
I had
Ooh.
I had something I wanted to branch out on, and I lost it because it would have been great.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
So how do you feel about old girl that they say they should just stop rapping and just do porn?
Who said that? About who?
Chroma,
Ice Spice.
Chromas? Who you talking about?
Oh,
Ice Spice.
Oh, that's a fact.
She can't rap, but she can bend over and grab
she
that.
can't
thing.
rap though.
Nah, she can't rap.
She can rap.
I'm gonna keep it
It
a
don't
buck
even
with
sound
you.
like she wrote that song.
Every
to be
time,
honest with
every
you.
Cardi
video
don't
of
write her music.
Listen, she can't rap because every
Cardi
time.
trash too.
You know how I know she can't rap?
Yeah, but she can get famous. I'm not saying
Hey,
that like
Jabril,
you
you know
get
how I know
famous
she
off
can't
that.
rap? Every time she start rapping and you about to click off the video, she bend over and start figuring her
Yeah,
ass
but
out.
Meg was doing the same thing though, so let's not be surprised.
Meg can't rap either.
Yeah, I mean,
So does Nicki.
Meg's music is
Nah,
music
Nicki
is way
spit.
better
Nah,
than-
Nicki-
Nicki
Nicki
can rap, I'm
rap.
saying, but when they start to rap,
Stop
they
it, Giselle.
instantly
As
start
somebody who make
twerking, bro.
music, you gotta admit, Meg's music is way better than some Ice Spice. Come on now.
Ice Spice has like
Way
2 songs
better.
out.
That's tough. Hold on. I want to show you this picture. So this is Halle Berry,
Yeah,
super more conservative. This is her sister. They're both.
I feel like I thought these people were the same people. Like I know
Nah,
they're
they're-
twins, but I mean, I may have seen her and thought that she was her sister.
I don't care. Chloe looks way better.
Nah, no way. No,
You
and
know,
you know
I'm
what?
just not
You
a
know
fan
what?
of them like that.
You know what, too, Jabril? Physically, you might not be wrong, but like mentality-wise, Chloe looks like she just put herself out there so much. Like, what nigga thinks that's gonna be like?
Plenty. Let's not do it. Plenty.
All right.
Dude, stop capping. She's like Beyonce.
Please.
She will put her ass
Nah.
out there a little, but don't put out too much.
Nah, she puts out too much.
No, she doesn't.
She puts out too
She
much.
puts out as much as Beyonce puts
This is
out.
all.
Nah,
This
nah,
is
nah,
all.
nah,
This is
nah,
all
she-
semantics.
she
Come
puts out-
on,
she
man.
puts out-
Come
stop
on now.
capping.
Let's not-
She puts
Stop
out too much.
capping.
Let's
Way
not
too
let
much.
let's not let the conservative.
What
get
is too
in the way
much,
of good ass
Denzel?
watching.
Because
I'm
if
about
too
to tell
much,
you, I'm about to tell you.
For me, too much is like Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm about to tell you
Going
right now.
on stage
I'm about to
and
tell you right
ass
now.
cut cheeks.
Let's
I would
look.
say Cardi B,
Jordan
but
shit.
Let's look at their
Both of them.
who.
I would say
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion
Oh,
show
yeah,
too
yeah,
much.
same-
Men tiptoe that
same
line.
thing.
Sometimes Cardi B is out there. but she was
Tiptoes.
If you are in a pretty
Meg-
much a fucking thong twerking on the
Yeah,
stage, that is
nah,
far
nah,
too
nah,
long.
nah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
far too long.
Look.
I'll allow it.
Let's look at. You know this nigga. Yeah.
Of course you would.
Let's
What
look
about
at.
Partisan? How he feel?
Let's look at their
That nigga
boyfriends.
don't care. She coming home.
that
with him.
nigga's insecure as fuck
the-
about that
the
shit.
Bailey
Don't tell me he don't
sisters-
care.
You right, but he also posted a picture with her tweeted up playing 2K, so that nigga don't care.
The
That shit was for likes.
The Bailey sisters, though. Let's look
He
at.
like it.
Let's look at who they attracted. Right. Chloe got Gunner. Who? Where's he at right now?
Prison?
Haley got DDG.
You're trying. Hold up. You're trying to
Getting
like.
pushed on in
You're
prison.
trying to see. That is so stupid because
How?
they're both rappers, and they both aren't really into
You
that
think
street life.
DDG and Gunner are similar? I
Yes, they're
I
both
think
rappers.
But Gunna kind of in it because he
I
not
think-
YSL shit.
I
so
think
he kinda
one
in
is-
it.
He's only
No,
in
what
it
I'm
because he
saying
was
is-
signed to Young Thug. But DDG is not no super official hood dude.
That's what I mean. One is.
Neither one of them are.
I think DDG is way more smarter than Gunner. He's more like us than Gunner is.
He's been out a lot longer than Gunner. He understands how that world works a lot
He
better
was a
than
YouTube.
Gunner.
He's smarter than him, bro. So I'm saying like more conservative girls attract like smarter men.
I don't understand the correlation between these two because, like I said, they're
No,
both
I'm-
doing the same. They're both rapping. They're both doing the same thing.
One of them
I
is.
understand what he's saying. He's saying that if I think you're explaining it backwards. I think that
Yeah, I could be explaining
I think
it wrong. My
smarter
bad.
men or somebody who is more intelligent man would go after a more conservative woman than a loose kind of out there girl.
That's Haley.
That fits the lifestyle of like a drug dealing rapper better.
Exactly.
Bro, but how much has Chloe put out there? She's not doing wild shit.
Bro,
that's the thing.
Yes, she is, bro.
Like what?
She's been
I
twerking
don't
on
necessarily-
Instagram,
I don't
throwing her
necessarily
ass in a
agree with
circle.
Okay, who doesn't do that?
I think a
Her
perfect
That's
sister.
not too much.
Her
in the
sister
butt.
doesn't
And
do
what
that.
is she wearing when she is doing it?
Who? Her sister?
Chloe.
Bro, she has booty shorts on.
First of all,
leggings, tight-
Haley's not doing that because guess what? She's in a new fucking Disney movie. You think they're gonna put up with that kind of shit?
Even before that, she wasn't doing it.
Neither was Chloe. Until
Yes, she
recently,
was.
until recently,
No,
Chloe
you're
started
right.
to do this
Yeah,
shit.
you're right.
So stop capping.
It's more
with
of a
that
recent
shit,
thing, but I'm saying like,
because they were both on grownish
okay.
doing the show.
Okay.
And then Chloe started to
let
branch
me
out
let me
on her
ask you
music
this:
career.
Is it safe to say that Chloe is more of an attention seeker than Holly?
No, Chloe went into music. That is her job.
That's not what I asked you. Is it safe to say Chloe is more of an attention seeker than Holly?
Barring the job, you got to explain it in a very particular
Because,
way.
yeah, that
barring,
doesn't-
But barring the career choices, who do you think is more likely to want to put themselves out there to get attention,
I don't know.
validation?
I really don't know.
Well, Denzel's saying that it's one or the other, and he thinks.
And
it's a
I
clear
think it's
choice.
really obvious.
I mean, that's fine, but you're literally faulting her for being a musician, which you
No,
literally are.
no. I'm not faulting her.
But
for
you
being,
kind of are saying who she's trying to look for attention. It's literally her job. As an artist, you need to get attention. And as a woman, what do women want to see? And how did they get the fans?
Okay, so
they start twerking. These women like seeing that shit on top of what men do
So
too.
what your argument is that given her occupation, she needs to put herself out.
Yes. Given Chloe's occupation, she doesn't need to because she
Is
does
that-
movies.
her-
Is that an excuse? I don't know.
What? Her sister's an actor. You need to put yourself out there.
Not,
to be an
not
actor.
as much. Not as much as a musician.
You don't gotta shake your
The
ass.
media-
but-
Not as much.
The media in
You're
itself
not doing
is
that
different.
because look, and she's in a Disney movie, which is a children's movie. They do their little like not even their what do they call that shit?
I know
They
what
go
you're
talk to panels and shit. They
Like,
do that
yeah, I
for
know what
them
you're talking about.
every now and then.
Right.
But most of the time, they're working on the fucking movie. But and the other thing with
Okay.
Chloe, her occupation, you make a song, you got to get that, you got to garner attention for that song. What are you gonna do to garner the
so
attention?
that aspect of your point, I actually agree with. I think, and it took me a while to like think about it that way. Her being a musician, she does need to put herself
and
out
then
there.
even with her being with Gunner,
that's
that's another.
I just don't think it has to be like with her ass out. She just does too much. I
But
wouldn't want
nowadays, you
What's
go
the
with the
reason you got a
trend,
problem
though.
with it?
You go with the trend. What you see Meg doing it, Cardi doing it, and whether or not Beyonce, she doesn't put it on Instagram, but in her music videos,
she does it in her videos. Yeah, she does.
In her music videos, she does that, and what does it? It garners attention.
True, that's true.
So you can't fault her for putting her ass out there when every other artist is doing the same fucking thing.
I think it would go to each its own. So I mean, I think like if I'm successful and I'm rich and I got money and I'm looking like, yo, who I'm about to make my queen, I'm picking Haley over.
Yeah,
Chloe.
but you just
that's fine.
That's fine. But what you just said is like so. It's in like a different plane of existence than what you're.
You're literally
how? You think Gunna and Hate is like, oh, she the one. Like a lot of you're going into it with a different mindset, and I think you going into it with a much.
That's
more
because I'm
like
that's because I'm
trashing
smart.
her for her
with
choices.
a mindset of somebody in different situations, and I agree with you by the way because I'm very conservative with women too,
and that's fine. But everybody is not the same way.
A lot of people aren't conservative with that, especially if you live like a young rock star. Look at you think.
Well, not even that. Look at the lifestyle.
Is like, who can I get? Can I get the most conservative? Like,
look at this girl. He got JT.
But because she's flashy, just like him. It works.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, and what I'm saying, okay, all right, okay.
But look at Uzi. The dude be pulling up with anime rap Bugattis like that motherfucker. He different. He live a different
that's
type
a good
of
point.
life.
That's
you
a very
live
good
a much
point.
older conservative point of view because that's just how you are. That's
when
your
you are
values.
normal, of course you don't want your women doing that. When you live in that world, it doesn't
think
really
about
matter.
it like this. Think about
Especially
this,
when
right?
you're being paid for it.
So
Think about it
like-
like this. Hold on. Think about it like this. There are people who love sharing their spouses with people, right? There are people that like doing shit like that. Now, most people like me, I'm like, that's not for me, right? But I can't tell somebody, oh, you weirdo, you're a sick, you sick motherfucker because you swing or whatever. Like, but I'm saying there are people who just have different code of arms. There are people who just live their
No, that's
morals
absolutely true.
So I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying her doing that is only a problem if it's a problem to you, and I don't think it's a problem to those people because they also live that kind of crazy life.
But I also could say the reason why it's not a problem to them is because they're low hanging fruit. It's easy for it not to be a problem to them. What other girl is Gunner gonna want? He's definitely
There are plenty of girls he could
no. I said
He
no.
could have went for a trashier
I said
girl.
what other girl is
than-
Gunner gonna want?
But why does but we want him because
Gunner's
of the
not
type of
gonna
person
want.
he is.
He's not gonna want the librarian.
But that's my point because he's not a conservative.
But
like
I feel like
person
what
who
you're
can't run
trying
more-
to-
do you,
Yeah,
who do you-
we agreed on
Who
that
do you
then.
think has more traditional like conservative like values? You or Gunner? Because he's younger. Where's Gunner from?
No, I think we're pretty close in age. If I'm actually, I'll look it up. Hold on.
Isn't Gunner like 22?
No.
He's way older than
He's older than
that.
that? I thought he was pretty young.
No, he's way older. I think it's like
I
25,
don't like Gunner. I
26.
don't like his music. So
Let's look it up.
I'm not a fan of him at all. So like I'm talking like complete like third, fourth part. Like I'm nowhere near.
Well, he might be like 27, 28.
He's 29, the same age as me.
So he's
29.
29. Where's he from?
The same exact age as me.
So where's he
29.
from?
All right, let's look it up.
Because he's from like Atlanta or something south. Like that
He
makes
was
sense.
born June 14th, 1993. The same year me and Trey was born in.
Trey's born in 92.
Trey was born in 92?
Trey will be 30 in November.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
Damn, he old.
Damn.
Gunner is from College Park, Georgia.
So he's from Georgia, and I'm going to assume College Park is a suburb outside of Atlanta. That makes sense. He's an Atlanta motherfucker. That makes sense to me. Why he lived the way he does and why he kind of is the way he is.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like he's the same age as me. His brain is just as developed as mine. I'm just more. I think Haley would be a better catch.
And
than
that's
Chloe.
fine. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying the way it's sounding, how you're like explaining it, it just sounds like you're trashing Chloe.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're trying to say
He
she's
is,
like
but
trashing.
I am. She doing too much.
But she's not.
Hold on.
Hold on
real quick.
Yo, this girl not letting this go.
Because
Nah, man.
you got to be like very specific with the way you word things for people to understand what you're saying.
Listen, I'm a
so
word.
what you say? Are you trashing her because you don't like her, or are you trashing her because you think that your moral values are like the only correct value?
I mean, it sounds like you're trashing her because you pick her sister, which is fine. But to say that she's like
I'll tell you the
classless
exact
is
You gotta be
reason.
very
wild to
specific.
me.
You're like, oh, she trashed me.
I'll
Like,
tell
I
you
could never
the
rock with
exact
that.
reason. She does too much.
What does that mean, Denzel?
She does too much.
What does that mean, Denzel?
Okay, what I'm saying is she puts herself out there way too much for me to ever, if I was rich enough to even deal
Right,
with her,
and I think that's what you have to focus on.
to
You got
take her serious.
You got to focus on the part when he says "for me," like
For me,
No,
yeah.
and
for
I
me.
said that's no problem. It's just that
Like, you
the
can try-
whole
in my
too much
opinion,
thing. I don't
you can
understand that
trash
part.
somebody
earlier-
personally, but you can't trash somebody and be like, "Oh, I am right," because my objective opinion is right.
Earlier,
No, I
Trey,
understand his pick is,
earlier Trey
Haley, that's
mentioned
fine.
Trey mentioned Meg. You think Meg does too much?
I said that I use her as an example. I said her, Cardi B.
The
I said
only thing-
I
the
said,
only thing
I
Chloe
said they
doesn't-
do way more do what Chloe does.
The only thing Chloe doesn't do as much as Meg is twerk. Chloe literally like poses ass shots. She did this. What was it called? The silhouette challenge. She does that shit. She does all that shit, bro.
And what's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying
I mean, I say it's fine that you go for Chloe. I get that.
What do you mean by what's wrong with that? And I mean, like, I think we all know what's wrong with it, that he doesn't. Those are like kind of.
And
like,
I said that's fine.
I wouldn't want my daughter doing
loose,
it.
And that's
those
fine.
are loose, like I think moral values in his work, in his view. So he doesn't.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from an occupational point, not more of a. Because to me, she's not a regular. She is a public thinker. She's not a regular person.
She's only doing stuff like that because for her job. I think she enjoys it too. I think she enjoys a little bit of the attention as well.
Well, you kind of
absolutely.
If you do music, I mean, it's something you're going to do.
What I'm saying is, I don't think it's a purely money decision with her. I think she just enjoys doing
I'm
it.
saying it's part of the job. Of course, you're going to like what
I
you're
understand.
doing.
I agree. What I'm thinking is, I think Denzel's saying that she doesn't have to do that. She doesn't want to, so she does do it.
But also, she just started to do stuff like this recently. It wasn't like she was always doing this. That's another thing.
I understand
I'm
and I
saying.
agree. I think just the clear cut path here to this conversation is the fact that I think that what she does with her body in terms to gain attention, which is to be provocative sexually, is a negative trait in terms of my views of a mate. I don't like it. So
if I'm a millionaire and I see that, I'm good. I'm gonna smash you, send you back to the streets. That's it.
Yep,
that's all I'm saying.
I agree. I mean,
that's all I'm saying. I'm wifing this Haley and I'm smashing Chloe, send her back to the streets.
That's fine.
I think this was just a really long, drawn out conversation on moral values.
Somebody said something about Nicki. What'd you say about Nicki? I think it was you, Trey. What'd you say about Nicki?
It couldn't have been me because I don't like Nicki.
You don't like Nicki? Well, what don't you like about Nicki?
I think Nicki is just like the way she's flip flopped on her personality and her music, on top of her being a huge hypocrite in terms of like she is a hypocrite. She'll talk shit about everybody else, but she has a pedo boyfriend and she's okay with that.
Her brother
okay, let me ask y'all what y'all think about this.
Got out of trouble.
There will never be a female rapper bigger than Nicki Minaj in our lifetime. What do you
Probably
think?
Nicki is pretty popular.
See,
I don't
you
like
know
Nicki
what's
Minaj like that.
wild?
She
You know
makes
what's
good
wild?
music
You know who I thought
sometimes.
had a chance of doing it? No cap.
Who?
Doja Cat. I thought she had a chance.
Doja Cat fucked it up.
But
I
she
agree
went
with that.
wild. She
I
went
love me some
fucking
Doja
We were
Cat.
talking about that yesterday too. I
She
agree
went
with
crazy.
that.
Listen, hold on. I have to put a
But I
caveat
think
in
she
that.
definitely had like the popularity.
I
or the
love
chance to
Doja
go
Cat.
I agree with
I
that.
love Doja Cat until she started like noticeably visually doing cocaine. Then I hated her.
Yeah,
When she started shaving off her eyebrows.
We talked about that yesterday. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I love Doja Cat.
I said her career would be so much. I think her career would be a lot bigger, or she'd be more popular.
Then she started
if
pandering to
didn't
the white
start doing
people.
drugs.
She started doing pandering to white people. Now she's a cokehead.
Well,
And I just don't like her.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
I think Doja Cat
I
is.
love her though. Like she just.
I think she's more talented than Nicki Minaj.
She
absolutely.
is. That's why I said she had the chance to become bigger.
But
than
I don't
Nicki,
think
but-
she has the mental capacity, like the mental
No, the
strength.
motherfucker's
the
coked
wherewithal.
out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm so like it actually hurts my because I'm talking about like I hate. I won't say I hate. I strongly dislike most female artists. And
I used to be that way too. 'Cause everything-
and when Doja Cat came to the scene, like with
She
the,
was
with the
different,
move,
right?
Oh,
with
she
the
changed
move,
She was
everything,
different.
I
dude.
loved her. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. She's like an insanely attractive woman.
Beyonce
Well, she
is
lost
in the
all that
whip,
thing.
like,
She don't even look the
la,
same no
la.
more.
She is a no for real.
Her body ain't the same no more.
Jabril,
On
do
drugs,
I not be
bro.
bumping Doja Cat a lot? But listen,
I do too. I fucking
like
love Doja
when
Cat.
when she came on with that Musha, I was like, okay, this shit corny. I'm on Twitter. And I'm like, it's cool. and
Bro,
all.
I was banging that
And
shit after
saying-
like 2 minutes,
it was,
dude.
It was fire, but I'm just saying it was like, okay, this is a little jokey joke, but like,
Bro,
it's not
she
no
made a
serious
song.
Stuff.
Beyonce
Then
was
I
in
did
the
a
whip
fucking
like,
meme.
bitch, I'm a
What
cow.
was it? It was
Bitch, I'm a cow.
Juicy Juicy
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
a
One of her
meme.
first, I
That's
think,
a
was that a
meme,
single?
bro.
Yeah,
It was like
nah, it
Juicy
is.
Juicy or whatever. That shit was
Yeah,
heat.
I
I
like
was
that
banging
shit.
that shit. I was like, okay, I'm fucking with her. Then she got what was it? Kiss Me Through the Phone or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
she
I
had-
forgot
she
the
had-
name of the song. Shit was fire. Her first like studio album was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
And then her
she
her
got the
Reddit
feet
shit
pic
came
coming
out.
out. The white man
Yeah.
feet pics are coming out. The chat shit start coming out.
Yeah.
you start seeing her
She
on-
was
I
in
start-
some weird
hold on,
shit, bro.
I'm not-
She
by the way,
was, but you kind of got to be that in order to
Hold
be
on.
Doja Cat.
I'm
You
never
know what
No,
I'm
you're
saying?
not
Instagram?
lying. You're
Yeah.
not lying.
I'm never on Instagram. I'm only on Twitter. It's the only social media I really use.
I use
So
Facebook.
I'm about to leave
I'm-
Instagram and get
so
on TikTok.
I'm sitting there, right, and I'm on Twitter, and then I see her, and people are showing clips of her live, and she's fucking playing with her nose and everything, and I'm just like,
Yo, she shaved
she
her
is
head.
coked out. I'm like, she shaved her head. I'm like, you know what?
But you know what? A fire ass album about to come out in like 6 months,
She
though.
had, maybe it will, but listen, she's had like
That song she got with
she's
Sis
had
is a
like
hit.
2 years straight of negative press.
Wait, say that again.
I said she's had like the reason why like I kind of just had to drop her because she's had like 2 years straight of negative press.
I mean, it doesn't look good when you're in a chat room with a bunch of white people calling other black people niggers and shit.
Sending feet pics and shit. Like, it's just like
Doesn't look good at all.
Yeah,
Being coked out of her
Doja
mind
Cat was
all
the
the
girl in high school that didn't have many friends. The black community kind of shunned her.
She was the goth type.
I'm
I
not
know
gonna
those
say that
girls.
she's just I would say
those girls are
she's
definitely
a
not
token. I
accepted
feel like she's a
in lot of
token.
shit. No, I mean she definitely has like that scene look, that emo / scene look.
To me, she has.
Seems like she grew up like that, especially found her way in high school into
I
that
guess
kind of stuff.
You're not
And
wrong about that.
A lot of those people, a lot of them, they're super weird. They don't fit in with regular people, so they do shit that normal people wouldn't get into.
If she was in that kind of scene, like the alt scene, right? She was in that scene because she did not hang around black people. Like I know a lot of like people of color. I mean, we know people like that too, where like you may be a person of color or black, but you talk to me like you didn't hang around.
Yeah, but I mean, for black people,
I think
the alt scene for black people, it's not like a huge like population of black people in the alt scene. That's another issue.
Okay, right, and I understand it. What I'm saying is, I think a lot of people that get into groups like that, and it's not always. What I'm saying is, I feel like you're in that group because you didn't hang around black people.
I don't necessarily
That's not
agree with
always
that.
true.
That I don't really agree with
It
that
could
at
be
all.
true.
I
It
feel
could
like
be true.
you can tell, and like, I want to say
For
I guess
some, maybe, but not all.
it's a toss up in my opinion. It's a toss
So
up.
I think Doja Cat is more talented than Nicki Minaj, but I think Nicki Minaj is more like on the money.
She's more marketable.
focused, and I also think she's a way better rapper. When I say talented, I just mean creativity wise, creating something
Doja Cat's
interesting.
more like to me like a R&B.
Well, this is why I think Doja Cat could have been bigger because she can't do the R&B singing thing with
or
rapping.
pop. You're right.
Nicki kind of goes into either or.
Yeah, Doja is more balanced to me.
But I don't think and Ice Spice, bro. She's fucking trash. Like she's just pretty.
But that's the thing that's going on right now. You get a trash rapper,
and
with
this
a
is
very
why
good
I agree
song,
with
and then you sign him.
This is why I agree with Trey when he say, "Yo, I don't really fuck with women artists like that," because literally it's kind of just sexuality. All you got to
That's how
do.
it kinda always been.
Yeah.
Like they're not. They're
There's
not
only
Remy
certain
Ma.
women
Like,
artists
they're
that
not
I
coming
like,
out
and
here-
most of them only sing.
They're not
They don't
Missy
rap.
Elliott. Like they're not.
Yeah, it's
out
not like
here
they
really
dropping
rapping.
something like that's like Sierra. This beat is on.
Like we
it
were
was-
listening to Tim's the other day. I told you I fucking love Tim's.
Tim's is fire.
Tim's
is
Rihanna,
fire. Tim's is
Ari Lennox.
Yo, that's actually
I listen to
that's a
those.
good point.
I listen to those artists.
You like Ari Lennox?
Fuck yeah.
I fucking hate.
I love
Ari
Pressure.
Lennox. I hate Ari Lennox.
You know, it's crazy. I don't know who the fuck y'all talking about.
I'll pull it up for you.
Misogynist.
You
Misogyny.
said Tim. You said Tim's or
You don't know who Tim's is?
No.
Jesus, bro. Give him something.
You gotta understand though, but I'm a very like I listen to a lot of other music though.
Bro,
Like, I'm
Future
a big-
has a song. Just
Yeah,
play
you know
something.
that
You
song
would
with
know
Drake?
it by the song because
That's
Future
possible.
sampled one of her songs.
Yeah.
That's like me being like, man, you know,
It's
I'm
called
start
Free-
bringing
I think he sampled
I'm
Free
start bringing up
Mind.
random rock bands. Motherfuckers are like, I don't know who that is.
And that's fine because if you don't listen to rock a lot, I can understand.
Like, you know, I listen to metal and like
Yeah, I don't know a lot of metal bands. I don't really listen to metal.
like that. Like I'm like really into rap, of course. Like
Bro,
rap.
I
and,
listen
like,
to pop,
and, like
I listen
heavy
to
metal. I
R&B,
love heavy metal.
rap.
By the way.
Sometimes a little rock, but rock hasn't been the same for
Rock
me for
hasn't.
a long time.
I love '90s rock. Let's be honest. I don't listen to no new shit. I listen to shit from like the '90s, early 2000s. Like,
Yeah,
like
it
my
doesn't seem like there's a lot of new
my
age
favorite
rock
band is
bands
probably
that are
like
kinda good.
probably System of a Down. Like, and that's like I think like a mid to like late.
Unless I'm
early
just looking in the
2000s,
wrong
90s,
spots
like,
for
band.
rock music. I don't know.
Come on, bro. Tim, you gotta know. This
Tim's
is
is
Tim's
my
right
girl.
here. Hold on, my bad.
Is it from that new
That's
Future
okay.
album? I listened to that shit.
You heard this song before. This is one
I
of the
didn't
biggest
listen to that
songs.
new album.
No, this was on Spotify's Rap Caviar.
You hear that voice in the background? That's Tim's. All right, one more. I'll show you one more.
Play the full song, bro.
I
Just
did
find a
not
full
listen
song
to this,
of her.
anything off the album.
This was on Rap Caviar.
I didn't listen.
You listen to
anything.
Rap Caviar.
Not this album. I skipped. that
It's
shit.
not the fucking name of the album. I'm talking about Spotify's Rap Caviar.
I
list.
know what I'm trying to tell your black ass is I did not listen to that fucking song. I skipped it. Jesus fucking Christ! I keep trying to say I didn't listen to anything off that album.
Yo, so
When you're
what's
referring to album, I'm just talking about the song.
I didn't listen to one song off. That was off an album. That wasn't a single. That was off his new album. I didn't listen to anything off that album.
what's a day in the music life of DeAndre? What are you listening to?
A lot of Chicago drill, a lot of Detroit, a lot of T Grizzly, a lot of if I'm not feeling rap,
You niggas
or,
a munch.
shut your ass up. A lot of System of a Down, a lot of Korn, a lot of heavy metal and stuff. If I want to get something a little different, I love rock.
Okay.
I love heavy metal. I love punk. Green Day. Love Green Day a lot actually. I'm trying
Yeah,
to think.
I like Green Day.
A lot of my musical taste came from early 2000s, early mid 2000s video games. So like Madden. I mean, technically 2K and stuff. So I got a lot of.
So
like,
a lot of
rock
the
in
music
there.
that you like, you actually were introduced from gaming.
Yes,
and that's an amazing segue because I want to ask you about.
especially anything not particular. Like,
I
not
want
particular to rap.
I want to ask y'all. So my last question, I think where we at 9:16. All right, we got like 20 minutes. Vlad TV released a tweet that said video games are like poison. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but he pretty much
I remember
said
the tweet. They were like, "You shouldn't be playing video games; they're a waste of time."
Yeah,
and
yeah, pretty much.
You could
and
tell that
more
to
to it.
all the
hold on.
millionaires that
And hold on.
gamers.
And Joe Rogan,
Rogan
got called out for saying something really.
Well, he
similar.
also corrected himself though. He came back and corrected himself.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
He came back and said he was like, "Oh, I was wrong about that. I didn't realize that the way he said it sounded. He was calling him lazy and shit."
Yeah.
But he realized he's like, oh, there's actually a whole fucking market.
Yes.
And people are making millions of fucking dollars.
And I want to ask you guys this because all three of us are gamers. Jabril, not so much as of late, but usually.
Man, I'm a fucking gamer. Don't disrespect me like that.
So what do you like? What has video games?
You play 2K all the time. You
Me
buy
too.
a broken
Play
ass
everything.
game every year.
Me too.
You're right. By the way, I spent like $230 on 2K.
Fucking wild. And he told me, I ain't buying 2K
Guess
this
what?
year,
Guess
bro.
what?
I
ain't doing
bought
this
it
shit,
too.
bro.
Guess what?
I bought it too.
I got a PC, I got a Switch, I got an Xbox, I got a PS4, PS5. I game on the phone. I do everything.
And guess what this
The
nigga
only
is?
one of
And
those
guess
I
what
don't
this
have
nigga
is a
Guess
P5.
what this nigga is? He trying to flex on us. Look, me and Denzel both got 2 kids and a girl.
Yep.
This nigga single as hell. He can buy
love
anything
it.
he fucking want.
I love it.
He can buy anything he fucking
love
want.
it.
But you know it's crazy.
I couldn't handle how y'all
got
live your life, so I appreciate
got
that.
everything he just named except the P5.
I got a PS5, a fucking monitor, and I fucking love it. Fuck them PCs.
All right, so let's hone in on this really quick though. So I think, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You know how they say like video games make people shoot up school? I think video games stop more people from shooting up schools.
That has always been a wild
disagree.
claim to me.
What?
I disagree because I think there's no correlation at all with whether people do or don't.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. No, what
I do. What
you
I
know,
agree-
a lot
I
of
know
people,
you-
a lot of
I-
people.
I do disagree that video games don't translate because coming from somebody who I never grew up around I never grew up around firearms really. I mean, my people were come from the South, so some people did. Not like I never seen guns, but I didn't shoot at all or anything hunt growing up. I remember the first time I went to a range and shot, motherfuckers, the instructor at the range was like, "You shoot?" He was like, "You be shoot?" I'm like, "No, that's my first time I ever shot a gun." He was like, "No, it's not." He's like, "There's no way." He was like, "This is like that shooting." I'm like, "I play like Call of Duty." He dead ass looked at me and was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "I dead ass play like Call of Duty." I've been playing Call of Duty since I was like 5 years old.
See, for me, I never had a. I got into guns watching like the military channel. That's just shit I was into.
I second
and
that too.
also it did second what video games, because when I early on I was playing GTA, but I really wasn't into the guns then.
Right.
I didn't start getting into the guns really, like I said, Call of Duty. I started playing a lot of Call of Duty. I was watching the military channel before, so I'm like, I knew about the M4 scars. I knew about all this shit. So I'm like, oh, they got games where I can fucking use these things. But I never once crossed my mind that, oh, bro, you know, I own exactly the same guns that you can get in Call of Duty. I own an AR-15.
Now,
Okay,
I
so
never thought about taking that
I
and
do
go
have to
harming
say
people.
that recently, and once again, I'm a gun nerd. Obviously, you guys know, but listeners don't. It's something crazy when you really sit and be like, I'm dead ass make classes off Call of Duty based off shit I have in real life.
Literally.
I agree with you. So let's bring this all.
So I do think video games
Let-
they can alter
They can
the way you
encourage,
look
but
at
I
things.
don't think they are like a proven commodity to say, oh yeah, this is the
let's
reason
bring
he
this
did
all full circle though. So we've heard, and I don't think you guys would disagree. We've heard people say, "Oh, Jimmy shot up the school because he was playing Call of Duty." We've heard people say that, right? Well, we
Yeah.
agree. We've heard people say stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So what I'm saying is
they
that,
go to that every time that happens.
What I'm saying is that I think it's reverse. I think there would be more school shootings if it wasn't for video games. Because I don't know about you guys, when I play video games, like it is like a debriefing.
As a male, it's a stress reliever.
Yeah,
it's part
it's
of a
like-
stress
I can
reliever.
understand that.
It's like a
Because I mean,
you know what I mean?
Look, you don't know this, but
I
this,
think
this dude does. Call of Duty is probably one of the biggest like stress relievers for me. He know like even if I'm playing badly, bro, I'm out here screaming like "fuck this game, fuck everything."
I know.
I hope everyone dies. But at the same time,
play another game?
hey, at the end of it, after all that, my boy was like,
Yo, you ready to re-up?
You good? You good now, bro? You good? I'm like, yeah, shit, that shit felt good though. All right, we can like
I was
next
like,
game,
hey,
nigga.
I
Next
ain't gonna
game,
lie,
let's
you did
get
all
it.
that screaming, nigga. I just dropped 130 kills. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Screaming
Like-
my ass off, can't get a kill. I'm
No,
pissed.
that's facts. And you know what's funny? Y'all about y'all shit in real life when it comes to these guns and shit. So like
I don't know about that.
Like
No comment.
so I be hearing
don't know
people
about that.
talking the games and shit. They like, I got the I got the red scope. And I'm be honest, like playing video games and like seeing it in the game and then seeing it in real life is way different. Excuse me, way different. It's not even close.
When you
I
first
agree.
held a gun, comparing it to a video game, you feel that? No, seriously, when I say this, because I disagree when people say guns don't give you, power. It gives you a sense of power. I don't care what you say.
Nope. Yep. I agree.
When I carry my shit, I feel a sense of power. I feel
1,000%.
knowing that I
ran
1,000%.
through the whole it
is a
ran through
sense of
America.
power.
Like, isn't that the most when you think about like history? Whoever had the guns and whoever didn't have the guns, whoever had the guns won. Whoever didn't have the guns, they lost.
1,000%.
It's a very powerful
1,000%.
tool. It's a powerful tool.
Yeah.
Now you get some people who do get a little too power hungry with that tool, and
It's
that's
like
why you
with
got
trades-
motherfuckers out here.
it's
Just
like
killing.
with-
I do have to add a caveat in there real quick. I do think that video games and just media consumption can be, I won't say negative. What I want to say is it can teach you things. Because
I think
me
media
and him,
has more of
I'm
a.
talking about. I remember me and him used to play Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops, and I'm talking about the
I be
tactics.
playing that shit.
Like
I
I'm
still
talking
got it.
about
Spec Op missions,
I'm
like-
talking about me and him
Oh, okay.
just
Doing
working.
call-outs and shit.
We would literally like be call outs and shit. Like me and him, if like to the point where we're like flank, we're like, yo, you stay here, hold him down, you flank, and just like tackling things. Video games, you'd be surprised, especially because I'm into like the milsim shooter on like PCs and stuff. So I'm into Arma, I'm into like Insurgency, I'm into all these different games where like the whole milsim and tactical thing. I'm talking about motherfuckers will teach you how to pie a room out. And by the way, if you didn't know, back in the day, the government and the army used to use video games to teach soldiers how to fight.
Yeah. I mean,
So there's
they
definitely-
use air simulators to teach people how to fly
Yeah,
planes.
but also
Absolutely.
what actually gives like great evidence to that whole guns, video games cause mass shootings is that you see the top esport guys play video games all the time. A lot of these dudes have never even shot an actual gun in real life. They don't know the gun they're actually using. They only know it by the name of the video game. They don't know what kind of round it shoots. They don't know the ballistics of it. They don't know shit. Like one of my favorite
I was
YouTubers.
one of those guys.
Yeah, one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Jev. He's a Call of Duty YouTuber.
Okay.
He said in another video the other day, he was like, look, man, he's like, I just know I'm using this gun. He's like, I don't know what the he's like, I don't know
I
shit
don't know
about
what's
guns.
going on.
He's like, I just know the gun in the game. And he's like, I can do all this shit to it. Like, he admits it. And I'm like, look at that. And he's been playing Call of Duty like his entire career. He doesn't even own a gun, bro. So it's like,
Yeah.
you're saying
It's culture shock,
You're
right?
saying that these video games are causing people to go do this, yet a lot of the people who played these games the most are the top earners inside that esport world.
I agree that
That's a good point.
I agree, and this is someone who plays video games and is an avid firearm owner. I agree that video games and media definitely desensitize people to violence. But I would also argue that real life desensitizes people.
I don't think so, bro.
Hold on.
I think
would
movies
argue-
do that more than anything.
I would argue
I don't
that
think so.
I would argue that media and consumption in general does desensitize
You said
you to
media
violence.
consumption?
Yeah, media
That I agree with.
Period.
That I agree with.
Video games, of course, because I can literally blow somebody's head off in a video game.
See, for me,
I
I
don't
think
believe.
I
hold
kind
on.
of disagree.
I don't agree that it makes people want to do stuff. I agree that it desensitizes you to.
That's
the,
where
to the
where the
violence.
separation
I kinda-
comes in.
yeah, I
for
think
me.
I
But I
agree with
also
Denzel
agree.
because-
But violence in real life would desensitize you to violence.
Yes, and I think the
I don't
correlation.
think it
I
makes
think the
people
thing
want
with
to do
video
stuff.
games.
I just
is
think
this.
it's a fact that if you see something enough, whether it's in real life or on media or in real life, you're eventually going to get desensitized to it to a certain extent.
I agree about the media thing, but the video game thing, I only say this because I think a lot of people know that it's fake.
Yeah.
And they can do these things.
Yeah,
So they
I
know
agree.
it's wrong to do it in real life. Now, the media thing, you got me on. I think the
don't-
media
don't-
and
I
the
don't
movies
think
and
it
shit
makes-
in real life,
I
I
guess
think
what
that
I'm
does
saying
cause
is, and I'm not. I'm just want to make sure that you understand. I am not saying that media consumption would make somebody want to do something.
No, I'm talking about
saying
the
seeing it and
desensitized.
doing it. Me shooting somebody in Call of Duty with any gun and seeing the blood splatter and everything. I'm not saying that makes me want to go do it. I'm saying it desensitizes you to it. In my
I don't
opinion,
know.
it does. In
I
my
I
opinion,
don't.
it does.
I don't. So
I think movies
don't,
done that for me more than anything.
Yeah, I don't think
Movies and like some media
It's
consumption.
not, but hold on, it's not just video games. Because me, I don't watch a shit ton of movies. The largest media consumption I have would be video games.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think so. For me personally, video games hasn't desensitized me at all. You know what has desensitized me?
Probably live leaks.
World Star, live
Yeah,
leaks.
live
Yeah,
leaks.
shit
I
like
hear that.
that.
Yeah,
shit
that stuff.
like that.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I've actually seen people get shot.
Real
Seen
life
people
too.
get shot at.
yeah,
Seen this shit. Seen like almost all
same,
live leaks.
Same here, but I've never the most brutal shit that I've seen is from media. Like you were saying,
Yeah,
from
like
live
media,
leaks,
Facebook, movies,
World
shit like that.
Star, movie,
Like with video games, like I see
video
what you're
games,
saying.
I can tell. Like
Yeah,
what
like,
you
I know
said
the
earlier,
difference.
they're
Like
fake.
I know
It's
this
fake.
is fake. I know
Exactly.
that. I'm like I understand that.
Exactly. So I don't think necessarily that video games are causing people to be like, oh shit, he got shot in the head. No, that's what it looks like when he gets shot in the head in real life. Now, I think it's more so other things. Not, don't get me wrong. I think it might contribute to people being more
I think
like.
it's a small contribution, but I think it is a contribution.
It might contribute to more of people being more comfortable with the idea of it happening. Oh, he got shot in the head in Call of Duty. Niggas get shot in the head. You know, like I could see how that could be a little, closer to a correlation.
Maybe not just Call of Duty. I'm just saying there's some graphic video games.
But I've seen,
I agree with that.
I do too.
Once again, I play a lot of military simulation games on, like I said, primarily PC.
I remember the first.
I just think that it does something. It doesn't. Like I said, in my opinion, in terms of desensitizing people to it, the media choice, I think that it ain't no way that it does absolutely nothing.
Oh, I agree with that, but I'm saying like, bro, the first time. So I remember I seen the New Zealand shooter.
Yeah,
I saw the whole video. And I'm watching that, bro. That fucked me up for like a week, bro.
You
I'm
know,
like,
yeah. When I watched that, like,
Ain't do
I
nothing
remember,
to me.
I remember when he said something to me. He sent this to me.
I was
And when I
eating when I
watched
watched
it,
that.
and he was like, "Bro, this shit is so fucking wild." He's like, "What you think about this?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, bro, this shit normal." You're like,
niggas die every
You're
day,
like,
B.
wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I'm like, bro, I watch a lot of this kind of shit.
Bro,
I'm like,
that
live
fucked
leaks,
me up.
That's what did it for me. Like live leaks, I've seen people be hitted. I've seen people
yeah,
lined
I've
up,
seen this. I remember watching
executed.
the journalist who got beheaded
for me,
by
it was,
ISIS.
It was also why because like a lot of people were like, oh, this looks like Call of Duty, and I'm like,
I can't remember.
It
Nah,
did to me.
it's a
it
difference.
didn't remind
I
me
can
of no
remember the
game.
video
It's a
that
difference.
broke. I can
It didn't
remember
remind me
the
of no
video
video game, bro.
that broke
Yeah.
Campbell's back. Was the I want to say it was either Colombian or they was in a jungle when they took dude's feet. You ever seen that?
Nah, bro.
Remember they had a rusty dog machete and they took my man's feet. They had him tied
Oh
up.
no, I think I know what you're talking
They
about.
had my man
tied
tied
his
up.
hand and then like cut
Bro.
his foot and cut
They
his
took
fucking
his
feet
feet
off.
off
So
and then
this
with a
is-
rusty like.
I'm
dog
glad you
machete.
brought that
seen
point
that.
up because I talked to Sade about this a lot. Because when I told her I watched it, she was like, "You watch? Why would you watch?" Like
To see the brutality of the world, I want to see that. I don't want to avert my eyes.
Well,
to
that's-
that
well,
kind of
that's
stuff.
the
the
thing.
real
So
world.
that's
Outside
that's
of our
what I'm
bubble, this
saying.
is the
Like
real world.
I get that feeling from videos like those, not from Call of Duty, not from like I don't care. Like I can tell. Like Jabril said,
Bro, I remember the first time I
can
went on to
argue
live leaks.
that-
now this is what I'm gonna say before you finish. Like I remember the first time because this was back in like when Black Ops 2 came out. Because I didn't really have access to the internet, so I couldn't use live leaks. I remember in Black Ops 2, there's like a mission in there somewhere where like someone gets fucking beheaded. That didn't make me like, oh my god.
Probably that mission
It didn't,
Menendez,
it didn't shock me. It didn't have no shock value. Bro, when the first time I went on live leaks and I clicked the video of them literally beheading a fucking person, that gave me shock value. I'm like, this is the most wild shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Because I'm like, there's no way that someone recorded this, put it on the internet for motherfuckers like us to watch. And I'm just like, oh, this is real life. This is how the world is outside of America. Like, I mean, that's crazy because people do that shit in America. They just don't record it. So when seeing that, that's when I just continued to watch fucking live leaks and shit. That's when I noticed that I was becoming more desensitized by like murder, anything wild, even car accidents. I used to watch a lot of fucking car accidents when I was doing driver's training.
Yeah, car accidents
Bro,
are one of the most.
I've literally seen bodies folded up like a fucking lawn chair and legs broken like fucking twigs.
Bro, car accidents are one of the most,
It just doesn't bother me
gruesome
anymore.
sights to see.
Like if I seen someone get shot dead in front of me, it probably really wouldn't bother me that much. Like I wouldn't go home and like, oh my god, screaming and shit. I'm like, oh damn, that man got popped.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't
All
stand
right,
that.
time to mind my business. I'm gonna
If
get the fuck out
if
of
you're a
here.
hysterical person, get the fuck away from me. I hate it.
I mean, it's-
It
Yeah,
actually
no, I
makes me
agree.
angry.
I agree. At this point, you gotta be able to be, have stoicism.
If you cannot
and
calm yourself
yeah.
in stressful situations like that, knowing that
If
people
start
this happens to
shooting-
people.
If people get to shooting at you,
If you can go to the fucking movies and watch your favorite action hero save the fucking day and kill a bunch of people, but you can't watch someone get shot in real life, that's a fucking problem.
Yo, you know what I just thought, bro? I don't know what we were doing, but we walked to your car or some shit, and I remember he was like, there was like some dude that walked past us, and I looked at him like, yeah, what that nigga doing? Like I wasn't like nervous or anything. I just looked at him. I hit a double take. He was like, we ain't got nothing to worry about. He pulled that shit out. Like we good, bro. So when you say like people shouldn't like be like how can I say like hysterical nervous, I agree with you. I think holding stoicism, holding frame is like super important, especially as a man.
It's how you survive.
Yeah,
no,
that
anybody,
is how
it's
you
just
survive. That is how you survive. And
Like
that's,
you think screaming hysterically is going to
it's
save
not
your
going to
fucking
do
life?
shit. And that's one of the things that I couldn't get that in New York. In New York, bro, I remember walking up to my crib and there's fucking SWAT team outside, bro. Like looking for my step pops. And in my head, bro, I'm like 17. Like I'm coming back from a day of a 17-year-old playing basketball. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, these niggas got real guns. Like, they got guns on me. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, and I didn't really understand, like, the power, like you said, Jabril, of being knowledgeable about a firearm, what it does, what it can do, and how it can get you out of a
When you don't know
situation.
shit, it's scary. It really is. When you don't know about it, it's scary.
And that's one of my
Knowledge is
best.
power.
That's one of my best lessons that I have learned from like just meeting you guys and just being in the Midwest in general. I didn't really get how unsafe I was in New York and doing the shit I was doing, bro. Y'all know me. Like I talk my shit, bro.
And that's why I told you it's like a culture thing. It's a culture shock.
Yeah,
It's like when I went to New York the first time, it's a lot of shit I realized that you couldn't do. Bro, I had a knife in my pocket the whole time, and I realized, bro, if I get caught with this, that's
that
it.
shit longer than your hand. It's a wrap.
Another great thing that definitely piggybacks off that was, did you see the video of the guy in that New York McDonald's and the dudes like jumped him? And I think he had like a hatchet or something. He went in, it's like 3 or 4 dudes jumped the dude, right? And in like a McDonald's like lobby.
Yeah, I did see that.
And you remember, and they were jumping him, they were beating him. It's like 3 guys. He just eating the punches. He just like, y'all can't hit worth the lick. And then he
pulled out an axe.
Pulled out a hatchet, little axe on his backpack.
Axe,
He was like,
bro.
y'all want to jump? He's like,
Dude,
let's go.
what's up?
And
Everybody
his
got
girl was
scared.
Like, no hit. Like she put his body, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just like,
Everybody
that's
got scared.
A New York mindset, because if that's me as a bystander and the motherfucker go in his bag, oh, I'm out of there.
Pop, pop.
Because
Yeah,
in
that's what I'm
Michigan,
saying.
he ain't pulling out no hatchet. In Michigan, he pulling out a
Bro,
drink, and it's
the
up.
dude that was recording the video goes, nah, I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he about to pull something out of there. Like, you're right. And again, they were in New York, and that's what niggas in New York do. Like, we're so limited to the way we can protect ourselves.
I understand.
They had to
it,
pull out
but
an axe, bro.
in Michigan, if let's say, because there's 3 of us right now, if we jumped one dude, didn't fucking slump his ass, and if we see him go for a bag, it's up. If you don't got nothing,
Which
on
is
you,
crazy too.
You better get up out of
How
here.
3 people jump you and they don't knock you out?
Because
Like,
they're not like
That's
that.
bad.
Because they bitches.
I mean, you see, but you'd be amazed how much punishment the human body can take. Especially if you covering your head while you're getting
he
jumped.
wasn't.
Did
He
you-
was just eating them. He
Bro,
wasn't just
yeah.
standing there, they
Did
was just
you
letting
see
them
the
punch him.
video?
That's
Oh,
why-
yeah, I know
He
which video
did
you're talking
like
about,
this.
yeah.
I'm like-
He folded his arms like, y'all
Yeah, I
done
seen
yet?
that.
Y'all done?
If that was Michigan and the dude get into his bag, it's up.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
pulled out a hatchet.
if
Michigan,
that
he
was
pulled out no
me
hatchet.
personally, they all would have got shot. But that's me.
You know what? They over
I
got
would've
cut
put it.
because he pulled out an axe.
I would have put it, bro.
But I'm just saying, only in
went down
New
like
York
that.
or somewhere like California, New York, would you somehow think you can be comfortable enough to watch a motherfucker go in his bag after you just tried to jump him and not be worried? That's a crazy. Somebody going for a bag, like everybody knows if motherfucker get in the bag, it's up.
Yo, all right, this is my last hot take. I'm gonna be honest. When I get my CPO, there's a good chance that if somebody fucks with me, somebody's gonna die.
No, they won't, because we'll train that out of you.
Trust me,
Alright,
that's
okay, I'm
not a
hoping
good.
that.
That's not a good way of thinking. See,
No, I
'cause
don't. No.
we
Hold
were
on,
like that
hold
the
on.
first
Let
time.
me
Nah,
explain to you. Let me explain to you. I don't want to think that way, but growing up the way I did and knowing like how like the way people have fucked with me, and I didn't have any way to protect myself, and then knowing what I know now, like legally, if someone is gonna fuck with me, like you might lose your life.
I still say
That option's always there, but I would say
we
never.
can definitely get that out of you because I mean, like I said,
Always a
we
last
thought the
resort.
same thing like that. It's like the CPL does give you some limited power because you can conceal it. Like you don't have to have it open. No one has to know that you have it. But for some people, it kind of gives them the idea that it's
Give
a
them a false sense
license
of
to
security,
kill.
or it's like,
And it's like,
I'm Billy
no, you're
Badass
not a
now.
police officer. Like I understand because I used to think I'm like, oh, someone fucks with me, and they push me there. I'm just gonna whip that bitch out and blow you away. But there's a lot of rules you got to follow before you can do that.
But
or you end up in prison.
I think you're absolutely 100% right, and that's something I need to work on. But you do realize how someone that's not from a state that actually
Absolutely.
is.
Hey, but you know where you
I can
are
understand
from.
that,
Hold
though.
on, real quick. Where are you from again?
I'm from New York.
Then you should know the greatest quote of all time. with great power comes great responsibility.
Yo, this
Shout out to Uncle Ben. I'm being dead
Oh,
ass.
that's fire. That's fire. Yo, I'm fucking recording.
The fact that I carry a firearm on me does not give me the right.
With great power comes great responsibility.
But it's all about.
I
that's
agree with
the
you
last
100%.
option. But I'm saying no. I agree with you because I mean this. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is because you know how I am. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I'm not going to go looking for trouble. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying no. I'm not looking for trouble.
In general, yeah.
I'm cool. A nigga call me a bitch ass nigga, whatever he want to do. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm
like,
not
you
talking
right.
about that.
You right. But I'm saying I'm under. You have to have the mindset of
No,
that.
no. I'm not talking about that at all.
But
bro.
I'm saying you have to come to the mindset that when I pull this out, it's up. Someone gonna die.
Yes.
And you have to get to that mindset that do I really want to kill somebody today?
Yeah, no, I agree with
once
you.
you accept-
I agree with you
once you
100%.
accept
I think I should have kind of worded it a little better. I've been robbed before in New York. I've been robbed at
Right, and
knife,
no, I get what you're saying. I'm
knife
saying
point,
that.
gun
See,
point.
but you know but it's still like, even then, like when you say, if someone tries me, I'm gonna pull it out. You have to understand.
Tries me at
No. I understand like the situation you're talking about. It's a life or death situation.
You're right,
What I'm
right.
saying is that you have to train your mind to understand that you're gonna possibly
You're
take
serious.
a life. Like when you pull that gun, when you draw, there's no warning shots. There's no pointing and saying, get the fuck back. No, if you're not pulling and pulling the trigger, you're gonna die. That's the way you gotta think.
No, I agree
So
with you.
it's gonna come.
I agree with you.
I'm saying that,
And
but
that's something I need to
that
have.
mindset.
Yeah,
what
that
I'm saying,
mindset, that's when
that
you gotta
mindset will
get
ground
there.
you. What I'm saying, you get to the point where like, you know, you've seen us when we go out and you see
Yeah.
it. It's not a game. Like I'm being serious. Like when I say like, if we get to a situation where I have to pull my gun, I was like, you gonna die. And get into that situation, and it will ground you once you get. It's like a state of zen. It's like I understand that if it ever had to go to that point, someone's gonna die, and it's probably not gonna be me.
Yeah.
When
No,
you get
I
to
use.
that, when you get to that, but I'm saying, you know, when you get to that point and you're confident in yourself and your skills and everything, it's like I don't even want to get to that point because I don't want to be in legal battles for 2 years. but I have to go
Absolutely
do
dealing
somebody
with
in.
that. Yeah, I'll use my shotgun as an example. When I first got it, bro, I couldn't put that shit down. I'm like, I'm loading this
it's a
shit.
new toy.
But hold on, but as I've had it longer, I barely touch it. It barely moves. It stays there. It's so what I mean by that is, well, the example that I'm trying to use is that as I've gotten more comfortable with being a gun owner, I've realized that not everything has to be so. Oh, it's, I got my shotgun on. I got my gun.
I understand,
but
that never goes away though.
no, it won't. But the situations that I've had to live through in New York, being robbed, being jumped by multiple people, I've had people coming to my house. I've had like mad stuff happen. So what I'm saying is that now that I'm like in a state where I can protect myself, somebody might get hurt if they try me like that.
As they should. I understand what you're saying, but those experiences are in this situation positive because you can identify. Like I say it all the time. One of my favorite lines, and this may not be super PC, but I'll keep it a buck because I don't give a fuck.
Keep it a buck.
What you always say? I was like, I'm not worried. Something kicking in my door would be the worst thing they ever could do because I'm gonna make your ass mincemeat.
I just said that shit earlier.
I'm literally,
bro.
and everybody in
I
this room
said Deontay,
understands
the
that
last
I am
nigga I
not
want to run
bullshitting.
up.
I will
See, my
make
thing
you
is
into literal
this.
mincemeat.
Like I said, you know, like all this shit that happened to you. I mean, I had some shit. I've seen someone get killed.
Yeah.
I've seen my, family be shot at. I've had guns put
Yep.
on me.
You lost your cousin?
And I looked at that. I'm like, okay, this is my reality. That is no changing it at that point where I was in. And I understand no matter where I go, whether it's to the richest of neighborhoods, this is a reality of the world.
That you have to deal
People are
with.
going to take from you. People are going to try to take from you. They're going to try to kill you. It doesn't matter. If they want to, it don't matter if you're a bystander. It could happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I looked at that and I'm like, I need a gun. I need a firearm. And from there on, like I was already into that stuff. I knew I was going to own firearms. But when it became a reality and to know that people really don't care about anyone's safety.
Human life.
They don't care about life.
Nope.
Like you hear everybody say value life. You need to value life. What about these dudes who just don't give a fuck?
That's
like,
a very hot take. This is a very hot take, but I have to say I don't believe in that.
Value life?
I don't believe that people value life because we all do.
no,
things
I'm
that
not saying that people do. I'm saying that
life.
people. That's a saying you hear that. You need to
that's what I'm
value
saying.
life.
I'm saying my hot take is
And
that
I'm like,
people don't believe in that. People just say
No.
it makes themselves feel
Well, I
good.
mean,
think- so you
honestly,
think they
not
just
all
say
life.
it?
Not all life needs to be valued. There are some very fucked up people out there, and they need to die. You got rapists, serial murderers, mass murderers, all this shit. All these people who do some very fucked up shit. They don't deserve to live. Why would we value their lives when all they do is create evil and pain in this world? They need to die. It's that simple. But no, we don't do that because of morality and this religion and all this other
what
shit.
he's trying to say, I think what he's trying to say is that majority of people kind of spew that, but they don't necessarily oblige.
And I agree. No one believes in that shit.
No one believes in that.
No one believes the value of life.
How many people died to make the equipment that we're sitting on, talking through, and wearing right now?
God damn, don't make me feel so
I got
terrible.
Nike shoes. Those made in a Chinese factory. How many kids died doing that?
Shit, everything in this room was probably made from somebody.
Hold on, how many people died to mine the lithium ion that's in your cell phone?
That's facts. That's
in
facts.
Africa.
That's facts.
I mean, most of the shit that's made in your crib, I'm pretty sure someone
was made by
died
some.
making it.
Yeah. I agree with
Someone.
you. I agree with you. Humanity is such an interesting topic because
absolutely
you can.
We only
there's
care
really no
because it
moral
makes us
compass.
feel good about
exactly.
ourselves.
There's no
literally
moral
all.
compass. You have it, and you don't want to think about the disgusting tribulations that people went through so you can have it. And I think that's a great way to end the pod. Yo, y'all, thank you so much for. I don't even know what episode this fucking is. Y'all know we've been going through a transition, and we finally getting shit settled. But it's a Precisely Mess podcast. You can find me everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Old Man Sippin', whatever y'all want to do. Look me up. I got 2 new wonderful co-hosts. My boy Jabril, the fucking sniper. My boy DeAndre, don't fuck with him. Get right. Y'all want to put y'all socials out there so they can follow you, if anything?
Nah, because my shit too personal. And plus, I don't really use social media like that anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a big social media.
I gotta get better at doing that kind of shit.
I like memes and look at people doing dumb shit. Other than that, fuck with me in real life.
Fuck with them in real life. Listen, I'm working on it, y'all. I'm gonna get them to put their socials.
Yeah, you get some guests and they really want to see us, then just get some guests.
All right, so thank y'all for pulling up. We gonna rock for next week. We actually have another co-host. Hopefully we can get him in here.
Nigga live too far away.
He said next
out
weekend we gonna see what's up. Got the content coming. All right.